Hello everyone, my name is Luffy if you're new here, and this is my experience on State SMP, a Minecraft hardcore social experiment server hosted by Ish13C. If you don't know what State SMP is all about, let me show you. So basically you have 4 states separated from each other: desert, snow, jungle, and plains. I spawned on this island with a bunch of other people on my team, but other people on different teams spawned on other islands with different resources, which leads to different means of power and hierarchy. I spawned in on the first day as many others did, and my plan was to get full iron and a bunch of diamonds for enchants, and maybe some diamond armor if I find enough. Since it was day 1, the server was set to peaceful mode so people could get actual armor and defenses without dying to a creeper. I dug a small hole to get basic tools and then killed a few animals for food for later. I then made a big hole and warned clearly that people should not dig down in this general area. The server was a bit laggy for now, but they fixed it on day 2. I found my first bit of iron, but since the server was so laggy, the smelting took ages. I waited until 11 iron smelted plus an iron pick I made and decided it would be best if I smelt the rest of the iron I found another time. I hit bedrock and then decided to go back up to the top and search for cave by seeing if my C counter and the top left spikes. It spiked to around 18 around here, so I decided to dig down. Like, what's the worst that can happen? Where does this music come from? What's happening? Is something bad about to happen? The worst can't be about to happen. It can't be. Well, the worst almost happened. Good news, I found a cave. Bad news, my feet are broken. I went mining for diamonds and ended up losing one. Curse you, jaw leashed. I got over it. I found a bunch more, so it was fine. I found some obsidian which would help to make an enchantment table. I mined a decent amount because I didn't know when the next time I would find obsidian would be. I found some more diamonds, some gold, and iron, diamonds, gold, iron, diamonds, gold. Oh my god, so much! And then I decided I had enough of the cave life and I towered up. I met up with a pincushion and a chopstick. I gave the chopstick 6 diamonds and then I gave birth to a chicken and then I left the server. Just where I logged off. Perfect. I wonder if Chopstick will join. Take all my armor, I don't need it anymore. The server could now spawn mobs, so I made a diamond chestplate and leggings to be safe. And then Chopstick and I went our separate ways. I smelted some ores and cooked some food, and then night started, so I got a little scared and I made the remaining diamond armor and a shield. I found a zombie villager, which was a pretty good discovery because there are no villagers, meaning the only way to trade with villagers is to find a zombified villager and use a witch to cure it since the nether is disabled. I also found an enderman and killed it for an ender pearl. Since I'm not too good at PvP, I can use it to escape if I'm in a tough situation. I realized last second that the zombie villager would burn during the day, so I had to cover it up before the sun rised. Well, that wasn't close at all. God! And then for the rest of the day, I was fishing for a book to unenchant to make an enchantment table with. Me and my team quickly figured out that sugarcane wasn't on our island, so this was the only way to make an enchantment table. Oh look, this guy's doing a boat club. May they rest in peace. Celery decided to make a farm near my fishing place, which was kinda cool. And then it was the end of day 2. No! Oh no! Day 3 started like how day 2 ended, fishing, but I quickly got word of someone on my team that already had an enchantment table, so I didn't want to waste my time just to make another. I packed up and headed to the mainland. gave E-Jaws some iron armor, and then I saw a ginormous staircase. So I think I may have found the main base of operation here. I found the enchantment table, and then I put my anvil down next to it. I had a name tag from all the fishing earlier, so I decided to give it a name in case I bump into something that I either don't want to despawn or want to name. I named it Jason. Nobody hates the name Jason, except people who do. Day 4. I enchanted my chestplate and almost got smited. Oh yeah, also PvP is turned on today. I found a witch and put it in a boat and named it Jason. Let's just say it was a pain to get this witch hidden. I was one of the only people in full diamond on my team, so during nights I decided to fight mobs and get some resources like gunpowder, bones, and arrows that other people might die trying to get. But during this night, a zombie villager spawned, and it was right next to the witch. I had a mission and I had to do it fast. The daytime came. I somehow managed to keep it alive an entire day? What, huh? Now to try and cure it. Ta-da! I made a really weird contraption to try and separate the witch and the villager. Oh yeah, also, I almost died. I forgot about that detail. Row, row, row your boat gently down the really slow grass blocks. Oh look, Chopsticks has a pet Enderman named Edward. That's cool. Nothing bad could happen with that. With a very, very sad ending, day 4 is over. Day 5, woohoo, let's go! I murdered an Enderman for no specific reason, and then I kidnapped a sheep. For actually no specific reason. I don't know why I did that. Oh yeah, I almost fell down a hole somebody didn't mark. I swam across the river and found some cows, in what I thought to be an abandoned base. My plan was to come back another time and bring them to the main island, but for now I'll just take their milk. Me and a few others were trying to cure another villager so we could breed it with the first one I got. So the milk buckets would help if anyone got a really long poison effect. Also, I think an admin gave someone on our team sugarcane, but I'm not too sure. I don't want to talk about this part. I stared upon the beautiful mountain that is our home. After bringing both the villagers together and in their enclosure, I went to steal the cows from the abandoned island. Except it wasn't abandoned. This is awkward. Ooh, what's inside this house? Never mind. Well, I left the island with absolutely 0 cows. I made a diamond sword and then punched an obsidian block before the server closed for the day. Oh wait, the song stopped. It looked like someone got kicked out of the enchantment table when the server closed yesterday, so I put their stuff in a chest. We have enough villagers that an iron golem spawned. I decided to make a tree farm because everyone would just mine and then replant the same 2 trees and it wasn't efficient at all. And then I went back into the mines to refill on some iron, gold, and diamonds. It was around this time that I was informed via voice chat that the people I met on the island earlier were going against us. And then I towered and I slept on the floor. And with that, the server closes. Today was a special 3-hour build day. The game mode was reverted back to peaceful just for the day, and I replaced my diamond armor with iron armor to not lose any durability. So, yeah, I was heavily encouraged to make a build, so I made a bridge. After building half the bridge, I enchanted my boots and unenchanted my chestplate. I then returned and finished the rest of the bridge. I enchanted my leggings, and then I decided to venture into the supposed traitorous land. Don't mind if I just scooch in here real quick? Okay, thanks. This place has changed a lot since I was last here. I asked Soul Sand if I could kill a cow for a piece of leather, and they said yes. I turned the leather into a mending book and put it on my leggings. I returned back to the island and I looked around a bit more this time. I found a cake, some dogs, and a nice farm. Then I found a book from Pajamason that basically stated that they were innocent and everything bad about them was made up. Then I accidentally put a disc in a jukebox and everyone came flocking towards me. The bridge is complete. Happy birthday to you, happy birthday. Can we eat the cake now? Can we eat the cake? I want the cake. I went back to the main island and then the server was over. For the day, it didn't end.
The assassination.
It was back to easy mode, so I put all my diamond armor back on. I killed some cows, made some books, and turned them into mending. And then throughout the day, whenever I hit level 30, I would enchant one of my armor pieces and put mending on it. I bought a bunch of cookies from a villager only to realize they are not nutritious. I met a friendly spider, and then I heard that someone was trying to assassinate our leader, so I had to leave him behind. It was all chill after, as I enchanted my chestplate with no harm in sight. And then a few minutes later, our leader got killed. Alright, who let the golem out? I went back onto the Island of Traitors to see if they became more hostile after the assassination they supposedly sent, but everyone was gone. I looked around the back of the island and I still didn't see anyone. I left the island undecided if I wanted to tell my team that they packed up and left or not. I ended up not saying anything. I bought a bunch of arrows and then enchanted my bow, and it was really good. Everyone decided that now would be the best time to attack the island, but I knew the truth is that they left the island almost 20 minutes earlier. I still acted like I wanted to attack the so-called traitors, but I was unsure if they did anything wrong or not, given the dance party I had a day before with them. I decided I had enough of flip-flopping back and forth, not knowing who was in the wrong and who was in the right, so I went and searched for the islanders for maybe some answers. I saw my old fishing shack I made day 2. Those were the simpler times. Okay, back to the mission. I saw a bunch of stone and I wasn't sure if it was made by a player or not. It may have been a weird part of the landscape of the map, but I took it as a sign that I was on the right path. I found the chicken, firstborn citizen of the plains, and my son, Bartholomew. Look at how old my boy has grown, I'm so proud. After a while of walking, I decided that I was a little too far away and I didn't want to stay the night alone without a base, so I went back to the island and main base area. Let's just say this moment did not make me feel safer with them. After that, I decided I should leave. I enchanted my diamond helmet and then the server closed. I had enough of all the deceit. I grabbed some essentials like food, saplings, and sugarcane, and then I left the people that were supposedly my allies. I didn't know who to trust. I wouldn't have any friends where I was going, so I tamed a few wolves. Just a few. And oh yeah, the borders dropped today, meaning people from snow biome, desert biome, jungle biome, they can kill us. They can just cross over. They can just, hi, oh who are you? Oh, you're jungle. Wanna be friends? No? Okay. You wanna kill me? I don't agree with that. I found a nice beachside area and decided to make it my house.
Whoa, another montage. That's like a lot of them in this video. You got the bridge one, you got the,
There was another one at one point, I think. And then I decided, I tricked you. Normally I say, oh, with that the server closed. This time I didn't. You were caught off guard. After fencing in a sheep, I realized that it wasn't too fun to live alone. I left all my dogs in a safe place and traveled back to the main island. There was a large group of people aiming to get a Sharp 5 villager, so I decided to join them. I got Sharp 5, and I'll say it took me way less attempts than it did in my hardcore world. I saw the man who took my diamond and I got revenge. No, it was him. He did it. Yeah, go after him, not me. I did nothing. I was an innocent bystander here. I don't know what you're talking about. I heard someone say that there were a lot of power 4 bows in a chest at the top of the mountain base, and I had a power 4 flame bow, so if I combined it with another power 4, it would be extremely OP. But shortly after, the person who said that started screaming and saying that they were being attacked. I didn't realize it was the same person, and I was about to walk into 2 people from Jungle Team in full diamond right at the top of the staircase. Told you the pearls would come in handy. I would have tried to fight them if I noticed it was them when they were getting my teammates loot, but I was caught completely off guard, so I just tried to escape as fast as possible. I rekindled with my teammates and fought the 2 murderers. I was trying to stay a little more far back because all I had was a bow and I'm not good at PvP. I saw 2 more jungle people, but they were scared and logged out. They logged back in later, but I didn't catch it. I saw juicy vegetables, but they didn't see me, so I couldn't pass up this troll opportunity. Oh, come on, man. Oh, come on. I was just messing around. I just wanted to say hi. Come on, come on. Let's be friendly. Oh, hey, guys. There's someone trying to murder me right now. Mind helping? Oh, also, another tiny detail I forgot to mention. Keeps happening. I had Juicy Vegetable's head. I placed it down. I then opened a chest and found Pajamison's book. And then, it was the end of the day. Ooh, the name of this segment looks interesting. I wonder how many people just skipped to this part. I'm still unsure as to what happened, but to summarize, the team I'm on is going to pick up Desert Team and go fight against Snow Team and Jungle Team. I prepared a little bit, but with very short notice, I had to go into the fight a little on the weak side.
They made a whole farm.
There was a lot of boating. I am with 3 desert people right now. I could be easily picked off. The whole group isn't here yet, so bumper car time. Yeah. Ow. Oh, nice bridge. I mean, it's not as good as mine, but it's not like I'm comparing or anything. I got a little lost in the mountains, but I finally found the Snow State's main base. There were only like 2 people there though because everyone fled to the jungle base. Yay, more boating! I was one of the first people to arrive at the jungle base as the majority of Plains and Desert State went to the wrong coordinates. I chased someone for a little bit but then felt bad because all they did was boat away, so I went back. Lava! Cover it! Cover it! Cover it! I saw a tower and decided to climb it. Oh, there's people up there. I realized that I had TNT and a flame bow. My new plan was to go as close to the top of the tower as possible and then place a bunch of TNT and blow it up. But sadly, that's not what happened. I died, but it was fun while it lasted. From Bartholomew my chicken to the dance party and my 20 dogs. The battles were pretty good too. There were a few awkward moments, but by far my favorite part of it all was the bridge that I spent hours making.